Hi guys, so this week's video will be a sketchbook tour of this kind of fairly recently finished sketchbook. The sketchbook was kind of finished, I think, in February. It took me about a year to finish this one, but I thought I'd do a sketchbook tour this week because I'm a bit strapped for time as I'm finishing up a bunch of other stuff, and thought it'd be easier just to record a longer video of me talking about what's in the sketchbook. So we're just gonna go right ahead and open this up and see what's inside. So the sketchbook is actually the Moleskine sketchbook. I'll leave all the information about the sketchbook in the description so you guys can check it out. So I finished this in February 9th, 2018, and I started this sketchbook back in university during my second semester of my third year. So this is during February 4th. I also taped off my name, or my last name. So this sketchbook has a bunch of like kind of doodles and kind of just miscellaneous stuff that I would doodle before or like during my lectures. So let's see, front page, I like to draw Wonu on the front. So using pencil crayons, and I believe I used Copics for the background as well. What I found with this sketchbook in particular is that I actually really do like the paper for pencil crayons. It's not like the smoothest kind of paper, but I did like to do a lot of pencil crayon work in this sketchbook. So here's Wonu. I'll do some inserts maybe, or maybe I'll just try to zoom in the best I can to here. Some S-Cubes doodles. I didn't really like using pencil too much in the sketchbook because the paper's so smooth that it doesn't really take pencil very well, or at least I found it didn't, but maybe you guys will. So lots of pencil doodles, so S-Cubes, Hoshi, and Woozy. So performance unit, hip hop unit, and vocal unit. Just the leader line. An unfinished portrait of Vernon, which I didn't finish because it doesn't really look like him, like at all, and his face is quite wide. Okay, so this doodle was actually done kind of in between my lectures for my anthropology course. Hopefully this isn't too blurry. I just found a picture online and started doodling with a, I think it's a micron pen or maybe one of these Echo Pigment pens. And then I used a black marker, or like a, what is it called? Pentel pocket brush pen to fill in the back. And I think I used a Copic or something down here as well. So on this page we have June, Wonu, and S-Cubes. I really do apologize if anything's blurry. So I think I was watching a video of people doing kind of like still life drawings, or these simple kind of like pen drawings of like items on their desk. So I decided to do some stuff on my desk, and I have a bunch of like random art supplies and stuff. So I have a mason jar, ruler, my pencil case, headphones, my old watercolor set, which is like a travel set, some little glass containers, my iPod, gel pen, mechanical pencil that I like to use, bobby pins, and some elastics. Singguan doodles. If I don't end up zooming in, I'll add some like maybe some inserts like here or something of like some close-ups of these doodles. So some girls, so Miju and GA from Lovelace, some washi tape, some text. Really fun. I actually really like these doodles still. There's not very many things I like left in the sketchbook. A doodle of June. So this is using the Pilot pocket brush pen, I believe. And I'm very poor at using it, so I was just doodling around and seeing what I could do with the lines and like the width and like kind of using solid blacks. Poorly done, Mingyu. Like, the sketch was actually really cute, but I got these new Studio Series markers. Maybe I'll show them another time, but I decided to color with those markers and it didn't actually come out very well. It looks really derpy too. Here is Jonghan, Mingyu, and didnt. I actually really like the Jonghan doodles I do in the sketchbook. We have Wonu and Chan. I actually don't remember who the model I was using to draw this, but you can see it's like very faint. And then I use a marker to kind of block in a bit of a shape into the background. I was using watercolors here, so I have Kageyama and Kenma from Haikyuu. Watercolor doesn't work too well on this paper. It does like break up the fibers of the paper, so you do get those little bits and like it has this weird texture on it, but I guess you could add like light washes to stuff using watercolors and like the moleskin. Copics, so we have Wonu, Woozy, and didnt. A Wonu sketch, very faint. You guys probably can barely see it. Not really proud of it. It doesn't really look like Wonu either. Another Wonu, his eyes are very set far apart. The Wonu. Woozy, done with Copics. Copics work quite well in this paper, I find. Obviously it bleeds to the other side, but I actually really like how it blends on this paper. Jonghan sketches from the Boom Boom era. Next we have Dogyan. So I actually didn't really fill up this page. I don't know, this sketchbook had a lot of like me fiddling around with what I wanted my style to look like, or like how I wanted to sketch more freely without being so tied down to like trying to make stuff stylized towards like the reference. This is when I went to Hong Kong, so I was drawing at the airport. I drew my hand and then a little Wonu sketch. Wonu portrait, which I also did at the airport, but I didn't finish. See, those like very faint lines. Okay, this is when I went into my like pencil crayon phase in the sketchbook. So I drew Unu, I don't know how to say their names properly, but all these members are from Priston, so Unu, Brenna, Shiani, and Nayang. And then Jonghan and Wonu, and a little Wonu down here that I did not finish. So I usually keep a paper in here to keep it from pressing the pencil crayons onto one another on the page. But I don't do this often anymore because I usually use a spray fixative. Some doodles, so Yehana and Kyla. I'll zoom in for you guys so you guys can see this. Hopefully they're not too washed out, but I think Yehana came out really cute. And this one's a quick Kyla. Some more pencil crayon doodles. So we have Vernon and Singguan. I believe there's more Vernon and Singguan here. Yeah. So 98 line, Vernon and Singguan again. Really cute. Kageyama, so playing with that Pentel pocket brush pen, I think. And then planning for their 2nd anniversary drawing for 17. They're too faint for you guys to see it, I think. But I did this one, which is like a parade. It didn't turn out very well, but it did take me a long time to draw it, or at least color it. But, yeah. So another set of pencil crayon drawings. So this is like my mini series that I did on my Instagram, which was like mini adventure, which is like Mingyu asking Wonu to go on an adventure, and like the whole basis is that Hoshi asks Mingyu to actually take Wonu on an adventure so he can find like do errands for him. So I'm hoping to do that series one day. But here's kind of just some scenes that I would like them to do. Kind of them in like a humongous world where they're like tiny. So them planting a strawberry, them sleeping under a mushroom, building a fire. You guys can see these. These look more like a diary log or like a photo thing, like where you take photos and like snapshots of scenes. Sorry if you guys can hear me breathe loudly. I'm not sure why I'm breathing loudly, but yeah. So, more doodles. So I believe this is Roa and this is Jonghan, and then I believe this is supposed to be Kyla. So just pen doodles. I usually use like a pilot colored Eno pencil to do like a light sketch, and then use pen or like a fine liner on top, so it kind of looks more like clean. Hoshi, Mingyu, what are these? Not really proud of these sketches. Hopefully you guys can tell that the reason why I kind of don't like using pencils in the sketchbook particularly is that the sketches come out very light, and I draw very light, so unless I'm rendering something, they come out very like, well, light, I guess. Like I would like to have more, just like you draw one line and it comes out a bit darker. I kind of like textured paper for when I'm doing pencil sketches, which is like a normal graphite pencil or like mechanical pencil like this. But I kind of broke out of that habit when I got my other sketchbook, and I'll show it at the end what I mean about it, but I found a way around it, so. Okay, so more doodles. We have Woozy, Mingyu, Wonu, and S-Coops, and a little cat right here. I kind of would like to do more stuff like these, where it's kind of like one color predominantly and like really solid blacks. I think it looks kind of cool, so maybe I'll revisit this kind of style again in a future video or something. Some anatomy. I think this is because I bought a yellow lead, or like for my mechanical pencil, so like it's very faint, and decided to do some figure studies on top of the yellow guidelines. Because I don't know how to draw guys' bodies very well, or any body for that matter. You draw so many headshots. More studies, and a really badly done full body right here. Experimentation. So here is I actually don't remember what was on this particular page, but I decided to paste a completely black piece of cardstock onto this page and drew with my palette colored Eno pencil on top. So I drew Xian from Kristen, and then here I have a stylized portrait of IU, a stylized portrait of Rena from Kristen. Let's zoom in for you guys. I kind of want to get back into doing stylized portraits. They're really quick and fun to do, but I don't know. Need to break out of the habit of doing realism. So some patch ideas for embroidery, because I'm kind of into embroidery recently, or I guess like for the past year. So maybe I'll do a video about that as well, but yeah, just some ideas that I want to try out. Pencil sketch of Roa. Some Jonghan doodles. The funny thing is, like, if you guys know Johnny from NCT, he kind of looks more like Johnny than Jonghan in this one. I drew Jonghan really poorly here. But the Copics were fun to use, like for the hair and for the clothing. Here's another pencil sketch. So this is Jisoo and Miju from Lovelyz. I didn't finish it because actually I really don't like the head shape to the body. Their heads are really big compared to the body, and I know that's like how my style kind of is, but this is kind of like way too exaggerated. I was gonna do a realistic portrait here, but I didn't do it. So it's supposed to be Lovelyz Jisoo. And then here, I wanted to do a lyrics page. So I wanted to do where I would write lyrics pretty much for the whole spread but also having like these chibis being kind of inside the lyrics, so like breaking the lyrics and stuff, so that, you know, learn a bit of Korean and stuff. But I didn't follow through with it. That's okay. Maybe I'll do like this in my new sketchbook or something. Or my current sketchbook. So, let's see. These sketches were attempts at sketching quickly, or at least quickly to my standards, because I sketch kind of slow. So I wanted to participate in a convention sketch drive, and they have auditions, so you have to be able to draw in 10-minute intervals and 15-minute intervals, I believe. So I wanted to try that. So I found some references, did some doodles, kind of going like really stylized, because I usually don't draw like this, I don't think. This is more of my style at the time, but yeah. Little chibi, Dogyam, giving that a go. But sadly, because I was taking spring courses at that time, and the convention changed the date to be on the weekend before Canada Day, so it was in it was at the end of June instead of in May. So I was at school at the time, so I wasn't able to partake in the audition to get into the sketch drive. Okay. So here's S-Coops. Just trying to focus the camera so you guys can see. Or at least I think it's supposed to be S-Coops. It's really poorly done, but it's an attempt. So here's a pen drawing. I actually have like blue guidelines everywhere here. I just wanted to practice like perspective, but just basing it off like a reference and just kind of freehanding it with just some small guidelines in the blue pencil. So, and I put a post-it note here because I screwed up really badly with the perspective. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna ever finish this anymore. I kind of abandoned the sketchbook. There's a lot of like free space or like abandoned sketches in here. Here is a Jonghan portrait. I'm actually, I have mixed feelings about this. I don't like his eyes, I think. I think everything else looks pretty okay, and I like the hair, but I don't know. It just doesn't look like him at all. Yeah. It's mixed feelings about this. Playing around with markers again, so just using it for more like a monochromatic scheme. And some studies from, I think it's the Don't Wanna Cry teasers, or it's the Don't Wanna Cry music video. I don't remember which one. Probably the teasers, because I don't think they had these scenes in the music video. So, and a little Wanu doodle at the bottom. A little study of June. I actually really liked this, and I was going to continue to do more, but I also stopped. So this was during my spring course. I was taking a sociology course, and I wasn't too excited going to this course, so I actually did doodling kind of during the breaks and before and after the class. So this took quite a while to finish because I only did it during those times, but it turned out okay. I like the depth of it, but it also doesn't really look like June at all. That's okay. I tried. I actually don't know who this is. Somebody wearing a hat. Supposed to be wearing a hat. Not sure who this is. I'll zoom in for you guys. Is this supposed to be Jonghan? I don't know. I don't know who this is. Moving on. So, pencil crayon phase again. So this is actually in when was this? October? Probably? Or maybe not October. It was sometime just before December of 2017 where I was kind of doing these doodles before classes and it got really stressful, so I kind of just stopped drawing other stuff that wasn't school related. And then hip hop unit for their version of Swimming Fool. It's so cute, but I don't know why I abandoned it. That's okay. I still think these are cute. Like both of them are quite cute. Jonghan little sketch. And then Dino's birthday illustration. This is like one of the only things I like in the sketchbook as well. A lot of things I don't like in the sketchbook. I think it turned out really cute though. And I believe that I had one more drawing that was going to be in the sketchbook, but apparently I cut it out and I don't remember what it was. Don't cut pages out of your sketchbook, guys. Just don't do it. So that's the end of the sketchbook. So it's very still somewhat incomplete. There's a lot of like blank spaces on the pages, but I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this mess of a sketchbook. Technically I did finish this year, and I did start a new sketchbook, and I have another sketchbook that I will be finishing up so that I can show you guys what's in that one. So I can show you like something briefly. So this sketchbook, you guys might have seen it because I've done a few watercolor speed paints from this sketchbook in particular, but I actually have, I believe, one more page left. I have this page front and back left in the sketchbook, so whoops, sorry. I will be finishing this up soon, and you guys will see a sketchbook tour of this watercolor journal. So yeah, you guys might have seen stuff from this back in my Instagram feed where I did a lot of chibi watercolors and a few portraits. And then my current sketchbook is this one. So you guys seen these? It's part of my sketchbook doodle series. You guys see? I'm planning to do a few more pages for that series for sure, but I'm in just under half. We done. So I think half is about here. I haven't marked down where half is, and I'm just kind of slowly working away in the sketchbook. And let me see if I can find a page without spoiling anything. Oh, I guess because I've done a speed paint on this. So this is what I meant, that this paper is like extremely smooth. Like smooth and thick, so compared to the moleskin it's even more smooth, so I had a hard time getting pencil to really pick up, I guess, or just like come out really nicely without having to press super hard. So to combat that, I would actually just use these Prismacolor Kohl Erase pencils, and I find they show up quite well, and if you draw lightly they're also like quite light on here. I don't really like erasing in the sketchbook too much because I believe it doesn't erase too well. I don't think. But yeah. That's kind of just how I've been dealing with not using graphite too much. I use it like some of the times. You can get really dark marks, I guess, into the sketchbook using just graphite, but I found that I was dealing a lot of problems with just getting sketches to look really loose and kind of not like they took a long time to render, and it's because this sketchbook's very smooth. But that's just something that I'm just kind of dealing with. So I'm actually working on something with pencil crayons, so you guys will see this in the video, but I don't know if I'll be finished this, but by the time this video goes up. So like I said, I'll be doing illustrations again soon, and hopefully doing more voiceovers starting in September. So look out for a few challenges using cheaper supplies, as well as a comparison video of my old and my new watercolor set. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week, hopefully, if I'm not too busy, with another video. But yeah, see you guys soon. Bye!